I honestly want to beg of you, do not sell your car, do not sell your land, do not sell your house in order for you to move to the UK with your family. It doesn't worth it. Now, this video is entirely different from the truth no one tells you about living in the UK. This is basically the truth. No one tells you about moving, relocating to the UK. It doesn't really worth it selling off your property to relocate to the UK, because ask people who are already here or who moved to the UK 5 months, 7 months ago. Many of them have wished to go back to Nigeria or to Africa. Suddenly, they have sold off their property. They have nothing to go back to. They have nothing to start life again with going back to Nigeria. And thus, they choose to go on suffering in the place where they believed could have been greener for them. Okay, so basically, before I go on with this video, let me introduce to you the sponsors of this very video, Teddy Blake. Yes, you remember this luxury bag, luxury leather bag I got off Teddy Blake's. Okay, so this bag I've been enjoying, rocking it around to church, to all the occasions that I've attended recently. Now, you can have this, as a present to anyone. The Mother's Day sales is still ongoing. You can actually save up to 75% off when you shop this very bag. It comes in different colors, different designs, different patterns that you would love. Buy for your wife, buy for your girlfriend, buy for anyone, your sisters. Okay, so if you shop with my discount code TBC30, you get $30 off. It's actually durable and it's a luxury that is worth having by every lady. Okay, all right. So moving on to the topic of discussion, the moment you arrive the UK's airports, whichever airport, Gatwick Airport, Heathrow Airport, Manchester Airport, Liverpool, name all the international airports in the UK, the moment you step out of the airport, to be honest, every dime you will be spending comes from your pockets. It doesn't fall from above. This is one thing you should put in your head. Even if you are coming in as a student or as a skilled worker, every money you start spending from the moment you step out of the airport, from the SIM card you will buy in transportation, comes from your pocket. Though some of you students, the school might promise to come pick you up depending on the date you arrived. But sometimes they don't keep to that. I experienced that. I was promised that the school would come pick me up. They never came. Yes, I had to commit myself down to my school. Okay, so from that moment, any money you are spending comes from your pocket, and you know what it means. Spending, converting naira, shilling, or any of your local currency to pounds. It is not a joke. Secondly, finding a job in the UK, it's not as easy as we sing it on here. It doesn't come easily, to be honest with you. I am being honest because I am a Christian. This is not to discourage anyone from moving to the UK. Yes, there are two options or two ways to finding a job in the UK. One, if you already have somebody on ground who has already prepared you, somebody you are coming to meet, your relative, you are coming to live with the person is already here on ground, the person can help you, but the person cannot really get you this job. Unless there are, Nigerian agencies, agencies from Africa who can really help you to get this job within 1 week or your first, but it is difficult. Put it in the comment section how long it took you to get a job in the UK. It is not easy. Completing an application form in the UK is like writing a whole term paper or project. It is not same in our country, to be honest with you. So I am telling you the truth, but not to discourage you. It might take you 1 month, 2, 3, 6 months, as the case may be. Recently, I had a conversation with 3 Nigerian students at the University of Bolton. 3 of them, their problem is just getting a job. They've been here since January and this is April, yet they've not been able to find a job. One of them is a bit comfortable, being that he is squatting at his relative's house or the brother's house, like he said. So his bills are being paid, especially the rent. He has free food. So he was like, his problem is just to get used to the system here. Are you getting that? But the other 2, looking at them, they are so looking dried, pale, hungry. One, they are paying £450 a month in a shared house, where they are currently staying, and they are using naira to pay in pounds. Talk more of their feeding. Talk more of concentrating to do the study they have come here to do. A lot of people believe that, okay, you come in here for study. Once you come in, you can as well ditch education or ditch studying and then move into the street and start working, start packing the pounds to send back home. It does not work like that. You can't simply ditch your education easily like that. The moment you miss school, first two, in fact, every day you miss lecture, they're gonna write you have missed you. And I bet you, if you have missed lecture for like 4 or 5 consecutive times, you are likely to be warned. They might even report you to the Home Office. Your visa is at stake of being withdrawn. So you have to be very careful. What you have come here to do is, you have come here to study. They expect you to finish that program, or they expect you to be in education, just like you claim that you have come in here to study. So it is not easy. I am telling you the simple but what bitter truth. Number 3, settling down in the UK, it is not easy. I don't want to overemphasize on this because a lot of people have made videos about how difficult it is finding an accommodation, especially you coming in here with your family. It is a whole lot of, stress, having to pay Airbnb, though Airbnb is far more better in the sense that you can cook in an Airbnb, but in a hotel you cannot cook, you can't even store your food. If you have perishable stuff, they're gonna run out. You can't even wash in a hotel. But Airbnb is relatively better. But then it's also expensive, paying daily. Some people pay from £50 a night to 100 or 150 a night. It is not easy. This is why I've always advised it's better you come alone. Settle down first within 3 or 4 months before you bring in your family and your children, because you cannot stand them sleeping around, suffering in this cold. The weather is so harsh. Okay, so getting accommodation in the UK as a family, it is not a joke. Somebody can tolerate just you alone. As a single person or married person, but you came alone, somebody can afford to have you squat in their home for a couple of months, for a couple of times, before you find a place. But you moving in with your family, your children, hey, nobody is gonna squat you unless you have relative here. And even if you do, it will be inconveniencing to them, even though they're not gonna tell you, and you too will not be finding it funny. Therefore, you pay for everything, virtually everything you eat or you enjoy in the UK, you have to pay for it. Yes, where you are coming from, you pay for everything. Government does nothing for you. That is the truth I cannot deny here. But you are moving to a place you believe that, okay, I want to Japa, UK is at least good, is heaven on earth. It's a lie. You as a migrant, you suffer under Pontius Pilate in the UK, because every damn thing you eat, you pay the bills and all that stuff. You cannot do without paying bills in this country. Suddenly you work, you pay these bills, and the tax that are being deducted are being given to the indigenes of this very country, or those who are asylum seekers, just to support them. Yes, know it that some part of your, would be used in support to these people who are less privileged in a way. Though some of them are not less privileged, because as a citizen of this country, there are certain things you are entitled to. That one apart, we have the Ukrainians here already. In fact, tasking has been a system that has been in existence for ages in the UK, and it is a vital way or a vital means of income that helps the economy to grow perfectly in this part of the world. So it's not a bad thing, but just letting you know that definitely you will be paying tax, you'll be paying for all the bills, every damn thing. Even if you gas, you pay for it, which is not bad. So what is my advice? Do not sell off your land, do not sell off your house, do not shut down your businesses in order to come to the UK, because life is not easy in this part of the world as it is. And the next thing is this: arriving in the UK, honestly, you wouldn't have the mouth to complain to your relatives back home that you are suffering. And there is a lot of expectations from you. They expect you to keep. If I within your first 1 month, they believe that you don't blow. You have landed, they say you don't blow. They expect you to be sending them money. Therefore, you do not have the right to complain, to tell them that you have not settled down, you are still looking for a job, you have not seen a house. As you that have arrived to heaven on earth, UK, heaven on earth to the Africans, you don't have any right to complain. I am telling you the truth. So do not dare complain to the loved ones. Else, they would ask you to return home if you think that you are not earning enough or that place is not okay. Give me your visa, your passport, make her come. Let's exchange. So another thing I want to emphasize is this. Hitting your child, shouting, raising your voice at your children is not allowed, no doubt. To be honest, it's not allowed because you might lose your child. In fact, they make case out of something that we should say it's nothing. You know, things that are normal to us back home. When you would shout to your kids, you would scold your kids. It doesn't exist here. A lot of people might have shared their stories on how their children are being taken away. You know, something that doesn't... Maybe your child went to school and said he's afraid of going home because the dad raised the voice at him or the mom. They will take it very serious. Police would arrive to your house. Police will come and arrest you. The children will be taken away from you, given to other people they call social services. To be honest, different foster parents or what have you, you know, my goodness, it is real. This is not a joke. Learn to be romantic. From the moment you are arrived at the airport, learn to be a romantic parent. Speak to your children nicely. Romance them. Don't shout. Don't shout, because by the time they start school here, they begin to learn the way things run here. Hey, they will cover you in this very country, and you wouldn't like that. All right. So when I say things are very hard in this country for immigrants, official immigrants. What do I mean by official immigrants? Immigrants who are not even asylum seekers. Yes, you use your money, you saved up a huge amount of money to come to the UK. On coming here, hey, before you settle down in this country, it takes ages. Recently, 2 days ago, I was in Middlesbrough. There's a food bank. If you see the queue, oh my God. And guess the number of black people on that queue. I bet you about 50% of them could be Nigerians, if I am not lying. Because I've also been to one charity organization. I actually wanted to film her so that she could talk about what she does. You know, I met a Nigerian with 3 children, a lady. When did you come? She said 2 months ago. Me, I was wondering, and now what are you doing here? You know, that kind of a thing. This is somebody... Possibly in Nigeria, this person is living a big life. He has a car, has a house on their own. But on getting here, this country will humble you. Before you get that car you were driving in Nigeria here, it takes time. In fact, you will become Jegede Shokoyo. You will use your leg to be walking around everywhere, jumping buses up and down. You were once driving. Look at me. I was driving a Jeep back home. But since I traveled abroad, this is my 5th year abroad, not in the UK. I spent 3 years in Saudi Arabia, and now this is my 2nd year in the UK. I don't get a car. And I had a Jeep in Lagos, Nigeria, living in an oversized flat. And I came in here as a dependent to someone who is on a skilled worker's visa. I am just giving you a practical example. Talk more of you who is a student, who came in as a student. You are paying for your visa fee, you are paying for your studies, you are paying all the bills. Government is not giving you nothing. Yes, the same thing they don't give you back home, they won't give it to you. So settling down in the UK takes ages. You on a study visa, it takes a period of 10 years. Though there is new stuff they just did now that I'll be talking about very soon. And on a skilled worker, it takes you 5 to 6 years. When you hear 5 years, it's at the end of 5 years that you start applying. And when the PR would come, it might enter 6 or 7 years. So forget about the English they wrote on papers. I am talking to you heart to heart as my brother and sister. So it is not easy. You live in a mansion back home. Coming here, you begin to drag yourself, squeeze yourself in a 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom apartment, and you are paying so much, yet you don't have the comfort. So some of you who have made the mistakes of selling their properties, selling their lands back home, this is when they start to regret. A big man that is managing a business, your wife or your husband get admission here, you sold off everything to come to the UK. You come here, if they show you the kind of job that you are to start, because you don't have qualifications to go for the higher ones. Even if you do have the qualifications, it will take you about 6 months to land yourself into that job that you dreamed about, or your kind of job back home, because they will start you from the lower level of that job. I have a friend, she was almost a bank manager back home. Right now she's doing a call center agent. in the UK, and she was talking to them about promotion. They are giving her some options that she needs to be driving, she needs to work in different branches before they could promote her, not even that managerial level. So it's a whole lot. You have to consider all these things. Are you ready to mellow down? Are you ready to take some shit? Are you ready to become a cleaner? Are you ready to work as a carer? Because these are the easily available job. Are you ready to work in the warehouse first? For a start, to start sustaining your family or start helping your wife or your husband here. Don't say, yes, I was working in a high office, therefore I'm not coming in. See, apologies if you think I talk too much. But this is the reality of life in Obodo Yibo. It takes time to settle. It takes years for you to settle down. Before you start earning anything for free here, you must have stayed 5, 6, 7 years. Though, one basic advantage is that your child would have free education from primary school level to university level. That's the major advantage. Because everything that has disadvantages also have advantages. And also, the taxes you pay in this country, the bills you earn dividends, or you have dividends for it, you enjoy what you are paying for. These are just the advantages of moving to the UK. Anyway, guys, I hope this video becomes helpful to anyone wishing to come to the UK. Please do not sell your property. In case when you get here 3-4 months you have not settled and your head just they do your money. If you wish to go back, you can easily go back and continue with your business, having your land and property in place, than losing everything. All right, this is it for this content. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.